This conference of gender equality has a very specific background. The people who are gathered here are from 12 different seminaries from 9 different countries in Africa that started coming together and forming a network in about 2000. Ever since then, we've addressed human rights issues, the issues that we are struggling with in Africa, the issues that the church are struggling with. If you don't address the whole HIV/AIDS pandemic, one of the most important things to address if you want to solve that pandemic is gender equality. And this workshop is then about gender equality. And asking ourselves, what do we do about gender equality in the different seminaries, in the different countries, and how do we teach pastors to address these issues in the different countries?
Coming here has been a great privilege for me to share the work that St. Paul's does and to hear where other seminaries are. There have been a few challenges in hearing where the others are and a few affirming things on how others are dealing with issues of gender equality and gender equity. St. Paul's has been teaching it for around 11 years, and the challenges that face you when you teach such a course emanate from 3 broad areas. One is the cultural context in which you teach, a culture that makes men and women in regard to gender roles, and issues from that culture that sometimes do not permit gender equity or gender equality. Secondly, it's the whole area of the history of the churches that are in Kenya. That is to say, the story of the churches and the way the churches were established and how for a long time they were silent on issues of gender equity and gender equality. And the third broad area is the question of the reading of the Bible and the interpretation of the Bible. Because the Bible is a significant book in as much as matters of faith are concerned. And because the churches that second the university are churches that have read and interpreted the Bible for a long time, some of the ways the Bible has been used does not permit gender equity or gender inequity. This is not to say that the Bible does not permit gender equality, but it's the way it has been read, interpreted, and preached.
This workshop has been an eye-opener. I've learned how other institutions deal with the issue of gender, the courses that they teach, and how they approach gender issues. And from that, I hope it will also help me to improve how we look at gender issues and how we teach gender issues in my department as well.